guys, how are you doing? It's Katharyne, and I've been making videos for the last few weeks about all the updates we've been adding to tangent templates, and you guys have been so kind. You've sent so many great pieces of feedback, suggestions, ideas, and Isaac and I are super grateful for all of them. We listen to everything you send us, and we're doing our best to give you the features that will make tangent templates as awesome as it possibly can be. Today, I wanted to tell you about rainbow text and some other features that we've been adding to text in tangent templates. So a lot of you have been asking about Teachers Pay Teachers and whether you can make resources for Teachers Pay Teachers using tangent templates. Gosh, that's a lot of T's. There's so many T's in all of that. Can you imagine if it was like Teachers Pay Teachers on TikTok from tangent template? It's just, I need T to deal with all the T's. Anyway, so a lot of you have been asking about Teachers Pay Teachers and whether you can make resources for the site using tangent templates. And absolutely, yes, you can. You can make all the printables, the downloadable content that you want using tangent templates. As far as licensing goes, we just ask that if you're using our templates in your designs, that you just follow our licensing clauses here. We mostly ask, please don't distribute our full page templates or image files individually, so don't sort of resell those as clip art. If you include the full page templates in a digital product, so that's something that's downloadable like on Etsy or Teachers Pay Teachers, then you must modify them. So please change the wording on the templates and add at least a graphic element to them, like a watermark image. Also, we ask that you don't use more than 5 templates in a printable, although you can repeat those as much as you want throughout the printable. We also ask that you don't resell any of our templates as templates. They should be included in a product for end users. So for example, don't take our book review, wine review, and cannabis review and sell those as a bundle of review templates. Instead, those are designed to be included in a planner or a journal for an end user. Now, these rules don't apply to KDP. If you're making physical books on KDP, you can use any templates you want, as many as you want, and you don't have to alter them. These are just rules for selling them as digital products, just so you're not literally just taking our products and selling against us, because that's silly. You can just send people to buy tangent templates. It's very affordable. You can find all our licensing information by going to templates.tangent.rocks/licensing. You can find it in detail there, and you can contact Isaac or me if you are unsure at support@tangent.rocks, and we'll be happy to help you out. But absolutely, yes, you can make resources for Teachers Pay Teachers or Etsy using tangent templates. Just make sure that you follow their rules as well. So always consult the rules of any platform that you are selling on. Another licensing question that some of you have asked is whether there is AI content in Tangent. So do you have to declare any AI content? In the standard tool, in the TT images, the patterns, the infographics, the shapes, none of that is AI. Everything that is built into tangent templates is not AI generated. It has all been created by Isaac, myself, or by commissioned artists. However, in the TT files, I do use AI generated images, and I do teach you how to make your own AI generated images. So for example, these Frida Kahlo pages, these are AI generated images, and I'm going to talk about that in a moment. And the reason I tell you this is because Amazon want you to declare any AI that you use in your books that you are selling on KDP. There's no penalty for including AI, they're just data collecting. And if you look at Amazon, they're actually using generative AI throughout the website now in all their departments. They just added a Rufus this week that is the AI assistant on Amazon.com. So Amazon themselves are very heavy on AI, so it's not something to worry about. I just like to declare what I am doing that is and isn't AI, so you can do the same thing on the platforms that you use. So let's take a look at this cool text, because one of the things that I notice, and if you look at this, this is some random resources on the front page of Teachers Pay Teachers, and you can see that rainbow text is pretty popular. There's some there, there's some on this one here. And so now you can generate that very, very easily with tangent templates. There are some other really cool features in tangent templates that are great for worksheets. For example, we have our own handwriting fonts, so you can create handwriting paper really easily. And we've actually added some features to make that a little easier as well. So we'll look at those in a moment. But here's the rainbow text here. You can see it's also on this page and at the bottom. And I've done some really fun things here. I used the group color changer to make these rainbow dots. And then I used the sketch feature to make these dots all sketchy like this. And then we have rainbow text is available in all of the themes. Because a lot of you were saying how much you like the new group color changer. So we added some more colors to that. So there's a really fun color set on this page here. And again, I've used rainbow here, the rainbow theme on this writing practice, and also for cursive practice. So you can make all kinds of things with tangent templates, all kinds of worksheets. Check this out. This is using sketchy shapes to do scaled drawing. And you don't have to use the sketchy feature. You can draw just with regular shapes with clean lines as well. So it's really up to you what aesthetic you like on your pages. Now, what I do notice on Teachers Pay Teachers is it's a real mix. There are some pages which are very precise and very clean. Like if you look at these ones here, you can see these look quite digital and very cleanly laid out. And then there are other designs that have more sketchy looks. Here you can see it's more sort of grungy or sketchy or hand-drawn looks. So we just really want you to have access to as many aesthetics as possible so you can create your own signature style in your resources. So let me create a new page and we'll see how text works. I open up a new page and I'm just going to click text. And that adds a great big text box, a little bit big. I'm going to go to type and make the text a little bit smaller. Let's make it 20. And I'm going to type, I must go down to the sea again. There we go. That's a nice line of poetry. So we have our text box. We can put that anywhere we want on the screen. We can align it using the options on the type tab. And of course, you can change the fonts here, and you can also upload any fonts you like. We recommend using Google Fonts, and there's a link there if you want to upload a font from Google Font. So you can just upload it there. So I have this line, I must go down to the sea again, and I want to make this rainbow text. So all you do, if you look over on this side under the type tab, so there's style, type, and arrange. You need to make sure you're on the type tab. And right here, you can see this option for rainbow text. And all you do is click that. And it makes the letters beautiful rainbow colors. And it also adds the rainbow theme to your list of colors here. So now, if you want to play with this, something you can do is click the group color changer. And this is on the style tab. It's right there on the style tab. And when you click that, you can see all these different themes that you have. So, for example, there's the denim theme. There's cantaloupe, neon magenta, magenta haze, geometric. And we've actually added all these new colors here as well. So you can really play with this and find some colors that you really love for your designs here. We'll go with this one, geometric harmony. If you're happy with that, you can just click update. If you want to change it around, you can click random, and that will pick random colors from the theme that you're currently looking at. If you want to just do the colors in order, you can click colorize, and you can see that goes red, yellow, blue, just like the order that you see there. Then you also have shift, and shift will actually move those colors along one. So you can see you've got the yellow there, so it's yellow, blue, orange. If you click shift again, now it's that blue, orange, green. So shift follows this pattern. You really have those three options, colorize, random, and shift, to change the colors there. And so when you're happy with the color that you have, you can just click update and it will leave those letters colored. And you can also go in and change the background, of course, by clicking background and then just choosing like black or gray, or let's do that kind of gray. And you can try purple, pink, blue, like different color themes depending on what you want. So you just click update when you're happy with that, and you have your rainbow text. Now, if you want to add more effects to this, you can totally do that. So let me put this on 2 lines, actually. Let me show you how you can add a border to this. So all you do is click on the text, and then you're going to go to border, select a border color. So we're going to choose black, and then scroll down to where it says thickness, and this is all on the style tab. So setting a border is just with the colors here, and you can go down to thickness, and then when you up the thickness, you can see that puts a border on this text. That's a really fun effect that you can create with the group color changer and by adding a border. You can also add a drop shadow. So if you add a shadow, there you go. You can add this shadow, and you can see now it's got a 3D effect. And you can change the color of the shadow. You can change whereabouts the shadow is positioned. You see that? And also you can reduce or increase the blur on the shadow. So it really stands out when you bring the blur down to nothing, or you can have a more fuzzy sort of shadow effect there. So you have all these great effects with your text. Now, another thing we have improved is our circular text feature. So if you select your text and make sure you are on the type tab, so again, it's style, type, and arrange are the 3 tabs. If you scroll down on the type tab, you'll see down here that there is a convert to curved text option. So I'm going to click that. You can see that already makes it circular. Now, there are actually several options here. So once you've selected curved text, you have multiple options. You have circular, wave, spiral, and 2 reverse options. So if I pull this out, you can see this is what the circular text looks like. It'll fill it until it reaches the end there. So if you just want a simple circle, you can do that, or you can stretch it out and play with how that fits on the page. That looks really good. That would be such a fun way to start, like a poetry page or a writing page. That's the circular text. Wave, you can see you've got to fiddle with this a little bit, but there we go. If you just expand it out, there you go, the wave effect. In fact, I'm just going to make the text a little bit smaller so it fits in. There you go. That is the wave effect right there. And I think this is really cool how it looks. So the wave effect, if you squish it a bit, it will make the curves tighter. So just play with the size of the text and move it around until you get the effect that you want with wave. So I think wave looks really cute like this. I used it, let's see, on these tiger pictures here. You can see you get a really fun effect with the wave there. This clip art is something that I actually made using the technique in my previous YouTube video where I talked about the sketch effect and tangent crystal. So to make that image of the tiger, I generated it in Midjourney, I vectorized it in Tangent Crystal, and then I added the sketch effect in Tangent Templates. So it's 3 tools that I'm really using for everything: Midjourney, Crystal, and Tangent Templates. But you can get some great effects with them. In fact, all of the images that I've used in these pages, from the coloring books through to like the Frida pictures, were all generated with Midjourney. Back to the wavy text. I think now I want the background to be a little bit lighter. So I'm going to go back to style and I'm going to fill the background. Yeah, that's a little bit better. So that's the wave effect. Let's have a look now at the spiral effect. So I'm going to click the text. Again, make sure you're in the type tab and scroll down to the curved text. And I'm going to select spiral. Now this is really fun. So what I'm going to do is keep typing here. I must go down to the sea again, to the lonely sea and the sky. And all I ask is a tall ship and a star to sail her by. There we go. So now you can stretch this out and this will spiral. This text will spiral. Now you'll notice that it lost the rainbow text. So what you can do is just click it again, rainbow text, go back to the group changer and just choose your colors again. So if you do any more typing, you'll just need to go and reset the rainbow text. But that looks pretty good. If you don't like the order of the colors, you can, of course, change that in the group color changer. So we'll just go back to our blues and you can do shift, see? Or you can do random. And if we're getting sick of this blue, we can change the colors. We can do greens, northern lights. I'm going to do colorize to make sure we get all the colors. citrus burst. Oh, I like that. That's really fun. Let's do citrus burst because that's nice and colorful. Can you imagine this on a cover or in a children's book? It would look so, so good. And you can put an image in the middle. You can sort of change how this looks. And also, if we go back to the type tab, you can also add some other features here. So you can change where the curve starts by just dragging the curve point so it pushes it over there. You can also add more character spacing. So if you drag the character spacing out a bit, it puts a bit more spacing in the letters. You can change the size of the text. That's making it smaller. That's making it bigger. So you get different effects if you've got bigger text, you see? And you can also switch from outside to inside. If you go inside, it will start on the inside and the text will go out like that. You can see the difference, outside, inside. So you have circular, wave, wave reverse, spiral, and spiral reverse. And I would love to hear what you think of these options. You can create some really cool designs using this circular and spiral text. So here's a few examples that I made here. You can see I did one with the pink. I did Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Here's another version of it on a white background. So if I make a new page, if I go to TT Images, I can actually search star. And there it is. That's the star that I used. And the way I got the multicolored effect is that I actually ungrouped it, which breaks the image down into different pieces. And your results will vary using ungroup. Ungroup is at the top of both the style tab and the arrange tab, but you have this group and ungroup. And what that will do is really deconstruct a vector image, and then you can add any colors you want to it. So if you go to the group color changer and click rainbow, it'll pick the first color, but then if you do colorize, it'll add rainbow coloring to that. See, isn't that fun? So we can change that with different color themes. So if I go and do like Northern Lights, you get a different effect. Citrus Burst, Tech Noir, Desert Sunset. You can see it adds these different colors. So you can get really beautiful effects. Now you'll see with this ship that I actually have kind of an interesting effect on this. It has like an outline on it. And I'll show you the way that I did that. Now, this ship is an image that I created in Midjourney, and then I crystallized using Tangent Crystal. What I can do with this is add border, and I can choose a color. So let's see, maybe purple. And then what you do is go down to thickness and increase that thickness until you start to see it in the image. So now, can you see the purple that's showing up in the image? So if I change the background, let's see, I'm going to make the background, see, maybe yellow. You can see the black and purple. And of course, I can actually go and change color 1 as well. So I can change the black and we can make that sort of brown or red, whatever color you like. So what I'm going to do is give you guys a TT file that has a whole bunch of these designs in so you can experiment with it. To make these boxes here, you see how I've got like the sketchy line there? The way I did that is I just draw a box. So there's my box. I'm going to fill it with, let's see, blue. And then drag it out like this. And then all I did was click sketch, thickness. I'm going to turn that up a little bit so you get these thicker lines. And I'm going to remove the outline and click create. And that's how you can create this effect as well. And so then you can just drag it around like that. If you want to stretch an image or a shape out, what you do is go to Arrange and then scroll down to the bottom and click this Unlock Skew. And now you can drag it out, you can squash it, you can make it bigger, you can go that way. See? This one is really fun. I really like this stork image. I'll show you how I did that. It works just the same way as the other images I was doing. Again, this is another Midjourney design. So what I did, go to my uploads. Where's my stork? There he is. So there's the stork. You can see it's a plain black image. I do ungroup, and that breaks the image down into a whole bunch of little bits. Then I go to the group color changer, and now look, I can go, let's pick a nice set of colors. Citrus Burst, colorize, let's do random. Check it out. That's the effect. And of course you can select the image. And if there's a color that you hate, if you don't like that orange, you can change that to the blue effect there. So you can get something different. This is a really unique design tool. I don't think there's anything that works quite like this. It's very creative and you can get some really gorgeous effects from it. Let me show you quickly how I did the tiger. So again, here's another image from Midjourney. I put it through Tangent Crystal so I can show you that. Okay, so here's my tiger in Midjourney. So I'm just going to download him. And then what I do is I upload that into Tangent Crystal, which removes all the grays. It clears it up so it's a beautiful image. And then I download it. So now it's a vector image. And then I upload it by just going to Uploads, Upload Image. Here's my tiger. We'll put him there. And now if I want to get the sketchy effect, all I do is I select Style. What color shall I make him? I'm going to make him purple. And then I scroll down, Convert to Sketch, Style, Sketch. And I'm going to make the thickness for this very, very small because I want tight, sketchy lines. So, and I'm going to turn off the outline. I don't want an outline. And I'm going to click Create. There, look at that effect. Isn't it cool? And you can scale him up, make him bigger, whatever effects you want. And you can add a color box behind it. So I've drawn a box. I'm going to change the fill. I'll make it maybe that color. And I'm going to take the border off. And then I can go Arrange, send it to back, and now put the tiger in front of it. So you can create all these really awesome artifacts now with tangent templates. Now we were talking about worksheets, so I'll show you a couple of ways that you can make worksheets. One thing I love doing is these drawing practice pages, and I'll show you how that works. So there's a couple of ways you can draw a grid. One method is you can go to Box, and we've added a couple of new features to our boxes as well. So if you have a box, you draw a box, let's make it a little bit bigger. If you go to the Fill Space tab, which is exclusive to boxes, you have some choices here. You can make a table, you can make lines, and we just added handwriting paper and cursive paper. So check this out. You can click handwriting paper, and it will just make a space of handwriting lines, just like that. And you can stretch those out, you can duplicate them, you can make them small, you can do whatever you like with those. So you have a handwriting paper. Again, just draw a box, and you can even just make one space if you want. And you can see I used that idea here, where I made like a little handwriting space in a box to practice one letter. So we have all this fill space in boxes. And if you want to make a grid, you have a couple of ways of doing this. One way is that you can make a table. So you just go 8 rows, 8 columns, insert table. And now you have a grid. So what's great about this is you can select it all and move it up there. And if you click on the lines individually, you can actually change the colors and the effects and the thickness on those lines individually. And we can also copy it and scale it up like this. And this is really fun for making like a draw with me page. You can take one of your images, like maybe this Frida image, and we can bring it down, we can scale it down and actually put it into the grid like that. And then you can copy it a square at a time. So you can make these draw with me pages. You can also do shapes. So for example, if you want to make a math page, you can do that by putting triangle on the grid like that, and then kids can copy it or scale it up. And so that's a really popular thing in worksheets, is making a small image and then you can increase the width. See, so kids would scale up the width to draw it like that, and they can also scale it up with the height. And I did it with a square as well. So you can do it very clean like this with a regular image. So I'll put a border on that, and I'll make the border a little bit thicker there. So you can make a simple shape like that. And if you want to get clever with this, then that's when we can use the sketch effect. So we go to Style, and again, we go to Sketch. And you had these different options with Sketch. So I'm going to do, actually I'll do one. Let's make it look quite sketchy. And we'll give it an outline. I'm just going to make the outline 1. And you click Create. And now you have a sketchy effect. And you can make all your lines in your grid sketchy as well. If you select that, you can do line thickness. There we go, 1.25. And there you go. Now you've got a sketchy grid. So you have that option as well. So it's really easy to make pages with spaces of grids or with lines or with handwriting lines. So like, for example, this one here, I can make this in a couple of seconds. All you do is you're just going to draw a box like that. And I'm going to turn my margins on so I can make sure that it will look good on KDP. So I can make my big box there. And then to add graph paper to that, I just click graph paper 5x5. Done. I can put some lines under here. And of course you can do lines with a box again. So I draw a box in here. I can make that bigger. And I can add college lines. So it's really, really quick to create any kind of space for a worksheet. You can make graph paper, you can make lines, so you've got college, wide rule, and there's also custom, so you can add whatever space you want between the lines. So you have handwriting paper, cursive paper, so you can add cursive lines like that. So you really have all these choices, and you can make worksheets literally in seconds. You can just add an image to that, whatever features you want to add to this. So I made these Frida worksheets. I actually got suggestions from ChatGPT about what I could include in the worksheet, so that was really helpful. So this is for younger kids, and again, this image from Midjourney. This one's for older kids, and I asked ChatGPT to help me generate a quiz, so it has this little comprehension quiz there. So I also colorized it. I showed you this effect for making boxes with cool sketchy lines, so I did that using the sketch effect. These ones I used the rainbow text and the group color changer. And what's really nice is you can actually select the lines in the handwriting paper, so you can make whatever color you want from that. So this little guy here, I think he's really cute. I made a video about this last week, but he's actually made from images created using my GPT in Dall-E. So you can see in Tangent Crystal, these are a couple of sets of images that I actually generated in Dall-E using my GPT for creating characters, which I've actually put in Imagine. So if you are in Imagine, you should have access to this GPT. If you're not sure how it works, take a look at my previous video about clip art, because I demo it in there. But basically, I make these images in Dall-E, and then I can just import them into Tangent templates. And the way that works, if I start another page, is I can go to my uploads, find a sheet of images, here's one, and then what I'm going to do is just ungroup it, and then I can select any character, like this one here. Make sure you grab it all, because it does tend to break up into little bits. So what I do is I ungroup it, and then I pull out a character, group him up again, bring these ones out of the way. And you can see now we've got this cool little character here that you can scale up. You can do whatever you like with that little character. I'm going to make the background white, so I can make the character have black or grey lines there. In fact, make him purple. So that's really fun. With the GPT, you can generate a whole page of characters, pull out the ones you like, and use those on your worksheets. Effectively, you have unlimited clip art forever. So this is such a great technique. Like this guy here, I'm going to pull him out. He's really cute. So the nice thing with images that have been through Tangent Crystal is that they're vectorized. So you can make them as big as the whole page, and they won't lose any quality at all, because vectors work by basically coordinates. So no matter how big you make it, the lines will always connect and not lose any quality. So it's very different from working with PNGs. So that's how I make all these little characters for worksheets. So this one, she was from a character sheet, this little guy here, and so on. So it's really easy to make these characters and put them on your worksheets. For the characters, I'm using Dall-E and I'm using my GPT tool. For these more complex images, this one was made with Midjourney, and the Frida pictures were made with Midjourney. And then I crystallize all of them using Tangent Crystal, which takes out any grey, it makes clean black and white lines, and it gives you an image that you can actually use and play with in your designs. And one other thing that's nice with crystallized images is that you can add a black border and you can actually increase the thickness on that. So if you have a coloring image, for example, Let's turn that up quite a bit. So if you have a colouring book image for little children, you can see that actually adds quite a lot of thickness to the image. I'm going to set it back to 0. That's the default, and that's with a greater thickness. So this is a really nice feature in tangent templates for your colouring pictures. You can really increase the thickness in the lines in colouring book images. Just remember to add the border. You just have to add the black border and up the thickness. Oh, and let me show you how I did this effect here, because I think this is really cute. So what I do is I will draw a box and stretch that out a little bit, and make sure you're on the Style tab. And first of all, increase the thickness. So I make it probably 2 points, okay? And then I'm also going to up the corner radius. So maybe 6. Yeah, that looks good. And then I'm going to draw another box over the top. So I'm going to change the fill on this and make it white. So we have a smaller box. And I'm just going to size that down a little bit. And I'm going to make the corners on this more curved. So I'm going to make them like 15, maybe 20, maybe even more, 30. And I'm going to make that smaller. And then you just put that over the top. Now, to straighten this out and make it look neater, select everything and go to the Arrange tab. So there's your Arrange tab. And this is great because you can center everything on the page. So the Arrange tab's great because you can use it to move things around. So if you want to have your title on the left, you can do that. If you want to have your title on the right, you can move the alignment to the right. If you want to center it. And of course, you can also do like distributing space. So if you have a bunch of boxes, like check boxes, you can draw multiple check boxes on your page. You can select them, you can make them small, and then say distribute space evenly, which will make a space between them that's even, and then you can just bring them to the side. And that's how you can make check boxes very easily for your worksheets. So I'm just going to click the thickness and bring that up there. Another thing, one more thing, and this is how I did the dots here. If you want to do rainbow dots, what I did is just draw some circles. So I'm going to put my circle there. Going to get rid of the border and give it a fill color. And I'm going to paste a few circles. So I'm going to bring them here. And I'm going to select them. Make sure you've got all your circles selected. And then I'm going to set the alignment to the left. And I'm going to click distribute evenly. And so that makes a nice line of circles. And now what I can do is go to Style, Group Color Changer. I'm going to select Rainbow. And I'm going to do Colorize. And that puts colored dots all in order. If I want to make them random, I can do that. Or I can colorize and shift them so they go in order. But that's how you can do rainbow dots. So I just did a bunch of those and put rainbow dots all the way around this. So if we want to organize this some more, we can bring this up to the top. I'm going to delete those. We can add a box. We can add some handwriting paper. So I'm just going to fill the box with handwriting paper like that. Fill space. Handwriting paper. So you can just keep creating with this. It's really, really quick to make a worksheet. You just drag and drop everything around the page. If you want it to be perfectly aligned, then just use all the Arrange features. So you can use the Arrange to make sure they're fully aligned, but those are aligned. And we can move this down here. We can add some text to say, write about what you know about Frida Kahlo. So you can put that there, you can make it bigger. There we go, put that there. And move this up. And we can add color to the writing lines. I'm just selecting them. And then you can go Style, select whatever color you want. So you can add whatever you want to put here. Frida Kahlo. I'm gonna make that this cool Gloria Hallelujah text. And I'm going to align it to the center. So I can just pull this up, pop it in there. You can just keep working on this, add whatever you want. If you've got an image, we can add an image of Frida. There we go. Put that at the bottom, wherever you want to put it. And something that's nice is that you can actually shorten these lines. So you can just do that. You can just select them all and then put her in there. It's really easy to create a worksheet that looks great. You can put together a resource very, very fast using tangent templates. There are so many features in here. Oh, and if you want to do the sketchy dots, just select them all and you can create that effect. Or you can we can make it tight with a small thickness and get rid of the outline and have that effect. So you can really play with this to get whatever effect you want on your worksheets. So I hope this is helpful. I'm going to include this TT file so you can create all your own worksheets. You can switch out these shapes, you can switch out these images and put whatever you want on the Draw With Me. You can change the fonts, you can change anything you like with these, add curved text, spiral text. So there's a lot of new features in tangent templates. There's the sketch effect, which I talked about in detail in our other video. There's rainbow text. And there's also the new feature on the fill space in boxes where you can add handwriting or cursive to your boxes. All kinds of effects there, and I will be sharing a TT file so you can play with all of these designs yourself. It is down there under the video. There will be a link to that on my Gumroad. Please do keep letting us know if you have any suggestions, ideas, requests for tangent templates. We are listening, we are working as fast as we can, and we have all kinds of exciting things that we hope to bring you soon and into the new year. And if you enjoy this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe, all of that stuff so you can see more videos from me in future. I hope this was helpful. Have a great day, guys. Bye.